will be starting shortly. I'm really excited about this. We're gonna be meeting another Twitch streamer. I love doing this. This is so fun. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. Thank you. I'm looking forward. Thank you for being here. Hi, Omar. Be sure to check out the pin message. We are interviewing Live Video Game TV. We'll be starting in 1 more minute. Yay! Okay, in a few seconds, I'll be pushing the live button and we'll be meeting our next Twitch streamer. First Twitch streamer of July, by the way. I know. Excited. I'm so excited. I love the bing bong emote. But I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. All right. We are beginning. Hello, everybody. Welcome. I'm so happy. I'm your host, Omar. Thank you for the 200 bits. I'm your host, ALEDream. I'm a variety gamer. I play anything, not everything. But I'm so happy to have our streamer here, Live Video Game TV. Please introduce yourself. Let's give you an applause first before you introduce yourself.
What's up? You're funny. Hey everyone, I'm LVG, Live Video Game TV. You can call me LVG for short. I'm a wide variety streamer. I play all types of games across all platforms, from retro to current gen, PC, console, the whole shebang. So, yay.
That's it? That's all you have?
Wait, are you muted on my end?
No, I heard you. I heard you perfectly fine.
Okay. How's it going?
I'm just saying, do you have more to say about yourself?
No, that's it. That's all. That's all I got.
Okay, well,
yeah, I'm pretty short and sweet and to the point. Yeah,
it's good to be short and sweet, but it's nice to be a little descriptive, especially with like your background. I see a lot going on, but before we do that, I could see. Oh, you have a shirt. What is on your shirt specifically?
So I like wrestling, and horror, and making a connection. There is a wrestler called The Undertaker. Some people may or may not be familiar with him. So yeah, I tend to wear most of his memorabilia, even though he's well retired and moved on.
Gotcha. I'm not into wrestling. The only time I watch wrestling because of Bad Bunny. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah. He was
the street fight, and it was in Puerto Rico, and I'm Puerto Rican, so I was proud to see that. So yeah. I'm being honest. I also see there's a lot of things going on. I see there's the Scream mask behind you. There's Michael Myers, I think, if I'm correct. A lot of Michael Myers. Do you like Michael Myers?
Just a little bit. Okay. Yeah, I got a couple of key stuff. I move. Oh gosh, my not no. So yeah, I got a couple of masks. I do a lot of cosplaying actually. So I have Spider-Man cosplays. I have like 2 or 3 different Spider-Man outfits. I've got I actually have this exact Undertaker outfit, like wig and all, with the hat, the gloves, the purple gloves. It's yeah. I've got Michael Myers, Ghostface. I got a bunch of stuff.
Ghostface. Yeah, that's the street guy, Ghostface. Yeah. I'm really bad with horror movies. I like them, but I get a little confused from each like horror movie. I've never seen any of the Halloween movies, I'm gonna be honest. And yeah, I feel like horror movies are not scary to me. I feel like horror games are scarier to me, but that's just my opinion.
I don't get scared at all. Like, I was the kid who was playing Resident Evil 2 on the PS1 back in the day in like the basement in the dark. You know what I mean? Like that was me. So I don't really deal with cars. I'm comfortable with it. So
Yeah.
so games, movies, whatever, it doesn't affect me. I'm kind of like.
I previously interviewed Turtle Pizza Power, and we were talking about The Fifth Element, and I never seen it.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I mean, Fifth Element wasn't horror per se, but it
No,
was
it's
a
a movie, but
great
I'm
movie.
trying
Yeah,
to
but it's a
say,
great movie.
I'm trying to say, like, I'm like very uncultured when it comes to certain movies, and then I tried watching The Fifth Element, and I end up falling asleep. So
Multipass?
I still can't
Multipass?
see it.
Wow. Who falls asleep during that? Bruce Willis in his prime?
Yeah.
Not multipass?
Turtle Pizza says, because you are in the action on the game, movie can be scary. You just got to put yourself in the position of the actor, and Fifth Element is so tasty. I love that. I don't know how a movie's tasty, but whatever. I also see you got some Zelda going on. Zelda is my all-time favorite game. What is your all-time favorite Zelda game?
Oh gosh. It's currently right now it's Tears. I know you haven't started it, but Tears has been absolutely incredible. I've been blown away by it. But up until then, my most iconic like Zelda game would be Ocarina of Time. That was probably my number one for quite the long time, just because up until then I hadn't really beaten a Zelda game because Zelda on the NES was in its. If you think about it, it was an open world game for an NES game because you had like you can go left, right, up, down to these different little squared sections that they had these squared off sections because that's how it was in retro games. But I mean, realistically, you had this huge map, and there was like what 7, 8 dungeons in the original game. I can't remember, but it's just like and I mean, theoretically, it was the original concept of an open world game, just done in pixelated, you know, in doses. And so, yeah, like there was no guides back then. There was no internet, so I couldn't figure out the game. Like I never had beaten it. And then Zelda 2 was a Game Boy game, and I don't know, like I couldn't do. I don't know. I just wasn't really into the Game Boy. I didn't get into handheld games until Game Gear came out. That's when I started taking handheld gaming a little more serious. And then Zelda 3 was for the Super NES, and I played that game so many times and was unable to beat it. Just for whatever reason, just could never get around to beating it. I mean, now I've accomplished that, but like growing up, like again, old times before internet and walkthroughs and guides and all that. So I just had the hardest time. So Ocarina of Time was like the first Zelda game that I like beat from start to finish, and I was like so proud. And I was like, yes. And then I was actually beating that made me go back and play some of the older Zeldas and then retry those and actually beat them. Now I can beat like the original Zelda in I think 2.5, 3 hours, something like that. If I was to really
That's
if I was to like
awesome.
avoid
I'm pretty bad at Link in the Past. I'm surprised you didn't pick Majora's Mask because Majora's Mask has like the aspect of like the horror and psychological of grief.
Yeah, but I don't know. Majora's Mask was I don't know.
It's a tough one. It's a tough one.
It's tough, yeah. It's one of those. It's honestly a hit or miss game for most people with Zelda. Like I appreciate it for what it is, but definitely at the time I was kind of like I would rather have Ocarina, and I still would. I mean,
oh yeah, me too. It's my all-time favorite game. Majora's Mask is my least favorite. Omar says Majora's Mask is his favorite game. Still don't know why, but I definitely feel like if you do play the game and you like read the lore and get into like the deep psychological, I was like listening to podcasts about it. The game is deep and really dark.
Yep. It sure is. It sure is. So. Yeah.
So I highly recommend you to give it a try again, and then you can make your own podcast about it, and then compare it to the horror movies that you watch.
We'll see, maybe.
So, without spoiling the Tears of the Kingdom, from a rate 1 to 10, how good is it?
I mean, I'm thinking it's up there in like the 9-10 range.
Oh, wow.
It's insane. Like it's absolutely insane. Like,
so it's better than Breath of the Wild?
Oh, absolutely better than Breath of the Wild. Like,
okay.
Like it makes Breath of the Wild look like a tech demo.
I did not like Breath of the Wild. I'm gonna say it straight up. I wasn't a fan of Breath of the Wild. I did enjoy the beauty of it. I did enjoy the game, but I felt like something was missing. There was no love in the game whatsoever. I feel the bosses were too repetitive. The bosses were too easy, except the one boss that was super fast. I don't remember what divine beast it was, but I hated that boss with a passion, especially in Master Quest. Master Quest was the
Oh
worst.
man. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a formula. I mean, because that's just Zelda games. There's always a formula. So once you start, defeating a boss or two, like you'll realize there's definitely a formula going on. Um, and there's different enemies. You know what I mean? And again, you'll just discover how each enemy has its own formula, especially because they're like little mini bosses. Um, and so the mini bosses have their own formula. Like you said, you'll come to figure it out pretty quickly. So with that, it can in that aspect get repetitive. But yeah, I just got to a point in the game where I thought I was pretty much done, and now I have to like do a whole new thing. So right now I'm just doing side quests to kind of get more gear. I'm just trying to collect some gear that I feel like I need before I continue on.
That's the thing
But
about Zelda games. You
yeah,
definitely do need to grind to be able to succeed and be less angry and not break your controllers. I've
yeah,
noticed behind you, because I'm sorry, I'm being very nosy. You
that's
have
fine.
3 Yoshi amiibos.
Yeah.
For which game was that for?
That was I think it was the Yoshi's Woolly World, I think, for either the Wii or the Wii U, maybe. Can't
You
remember.
have it?
Yeah.
I
Yeah, I
need to
have
play
those.
that
And
game.
then I also have I have one that's not in the box because I had to take one out of the box and touch it because I'm weird. But yeah,
It's
he's
so
made of wool. He's a woolly.
cute. And it's an amiibo?
So yeah, it's an amiibo. Yep.
That is
So
so
yeah.
cute. Yes,
Yeah, it's super cool.
Thunderblight Ganon. That was the name of the Ganon that
And
got on my nerves.
we were talking about Zelda stuff, and I forgot to even point my camera up. I have all that Zelda junk up there.
Whoa, I see
Like,
Wind Waker. I see Link's Awakening. Is that a DS on the far
yeah,
right?
yeah, it's the Hyrule 3DS. It's a Hyrule 3, the new 3DS.
Whoa. And you
So
got the Joy Cons. I also see you're a
yeah,
Star Wars fan.
yeah, Star Wars, Assassin's Creed, Metal Gear Solid, God of War, Resident Evil, Metroid. Absolutely love Metroid. I've played and beaten every Metroid game on stream.
No comment.
Um, and yeah, I mean, I
I
know
don't like Metroid.
they're pain in the ass games. They're definitely pain in the ass games, but they're just one of my favorite old school like retro like that. It's up there with Zelda for me. Like I at any point if someone was to want me to play Zelda or Metroid, I would be like sure, like I'm down. Like I can do either or. Like I just love those games.
Did you,
I
however,
even have
try Star Wars Jedi Survivor?
I haven't done Survivor yet, but I want to. I have it. I own it. I'm ready to get into it. I just haven't gotten into it yet. But
Whoa.
if I move this over here, you can see I have a whole. I don't know how well it comes up. There's a whole Metroid like
That
section in
looks
my
like a
cabinet.
Metroid shrine.
Yeah, there's a Metroid. I have the collector's edition to Metroid Dread. I have a whole bunch of amiibos. I have 3DS games. I have I have Metroid Prime for the GameCube, and then which my GameCube is up there, and then I have I got the remastered edition that they recently released for the Switch,
Yeah, they're
and
coming with
then
the Metroid Prime for the Switch.
yeah, they already released it. Metroid Prime, the first one, they already
Uh-huh.
released it. Yeah, so that's already out on the Switch. Like completely, let's say remodeled, like from the ground up. It looks beautiful.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so like you don't have to like I don't have to pull out the GameCube and connect it to play that game. That's what I used to do when I wanted to play Metroid Prime. I would hook up the GameCube and play it that way. But now I don't have to. Now I can just pop the cartridge into the Switch and I'm good to go. And then on the very bottom, which I don't think the camera will get, but I have a whole Luigi's Mansion shrine. I have Luigi's Mansion on the GameCube, Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon for the 3DS, which is getting a Nintendo Switch remake
I'm excited about
here
that.
shortly.
Never played the
Yep.
DS one, so I'm really excited to try it on the Switch.
Yeah, that's great. And then I have number 3, and then I have a big statue of Luigi with the vacuum cleaner, and he's got like his scared face. And then I have a bunch of amiibos and stuff, and yeah, so um, and then I have a Game and Watch. Everyone knows what a Game and Watch is, but I have Game and Watch for
I know
Zelda. I
Game
have
and
Game and Watch
Watch.
for yeah, they're like old school. like little two, like I don't even know what bit they were. Like
I had a game. It was called Mr.
like
Game and Watch World, and it was just mini games, and it was for the Game Boy Color. And then they have
yeah,
Mr. Game and Watch on Super Smash Brothers.
yeah. So those were actually based off of little actual physical like devices, and they were usually clamshelled, so you'd open it up like a clamshell device, and the top would be like the screen, and the bottom would
What?
have like a little screen, and there would be like some buttons, but it was like only like 8 or 9 pixels would come up. Like it wasn't like very it wasn't very you know, complex.
And
So
what did you think of the new Super Mario movie? Did you love it?
what were your thoughts on Other M? Other M, I didn't. I mean, Other M is it's a tough pill to swallow. Other
What's
M's a
other
tough pill to
M?
swallow, but it's good. And Metal Gear Solid 3, I'm definitely excited for that.
Wait, what's other
That's gonna be a
M?
fantastic.
Omar, what's
Uh,
that?
Other M is another. It's a Metroid game.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. And what did you just ask me? You
What did
asked
you
me
think of the
about
Super Mario Brothers
the Super Mario
movie?
movie. I thought the movie wasn't. I thought it was good. Like I didn't think it was. I didn't think it was as great as everyone hyped it up to be, but I could definitely see where they took. I don't know. I'm very big on like respecting source material. So like my biggest gripe with a lot of things that go on in Hollywood right now is that source material isn't respected, i.e., Star Wars and a couple other franchises that we can nitpick. Um, but for Mario, I feel like they did their best to like try to respect a lot of the original lore to Mario. I don't know. I thought it was good. I didn't think it was perfect, but I thought it was good.
It's a kids movie.
I my if anything, my only complaint would be was that there was too much IRL music. Like there's so much good Mario music throughout all the games. If you listen to like all the soundtracks to the games, there's so much good Mario music. I didn't need to hear I Need a Hero, you know what I mean, or something like that. I would have been just as good with a actual song from a Mario video game soundtrack, maybe remixed a little bit to add a little hype and umph to it, but at least at the same time letting you know, hey, this is from Mario 3 or this is from Mario 64 or whatever, some song that we could be like, oh man, I remember that. But they use a lot of IRL music, and that
They
would
do
probably
that
be
for
my only
royalty
real gripe.
purposes, so the
Yeah,
artist could
yeah,
get some money from the movie. That's basically it.
yeah,
Hi,
yeah,
Justina.
yeah. But that would be my only gripe with it. Other than that, I thought the script was good. I thought Chris Pratt did a good job. I thought everyone did a good job. So, and there was even a couple of Luigi's Mansion references. So I like that.
Yeah, Justina says hi.
Hey, hey.
Omar says, infamous Metroid game with many mixed opinions. All right. Okay. Well, thank you for telling me. And Omar agrees with your statement about that it had way too much IRL music in the movie.
Yeah.
I also see behind you there is a Pac-Man ghost, and right next to it is the best teacher ever. So you're a teacher?
Yeah. I don't teach in schools. I teach as a like private or personal tutor, just so that I can avoid school
Makes
politics
sense.
and
Yeah.
BS. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. And that way, I don't know. I don't like teaching like 20 kids and only like 10 of them getting it, and the other half of the class is like lost, but just getting by, and whatever. So I like being able to teach them on a personal one-on-one level and like seeing the light bulb go off or being able to like throw the same concept at them maybe in a couple of different ways and seeing which one sticks with them because yeah, I mean, we all learned so differently, you know what I mean? Like so when I get to throw them a couple different ways of thinking about a math problem or how or something or a formula, they're kind of it's nice
Ugh,
because
you're a
they're like,
math
oh, okay.
teacher?
Yeah, it's math and English kindergarten through sixth
Ugh.
grade.
Math.
And then
I'm sorry, I do not like math. Math is like one of my worst subjects, but I think that's really adorable that it's kindergarten to sixth grade that you're teaching those type of subjects.
Yep, yep.
And
And
it's
then
fully remote or it's just like tutoring?
yeah, it's fully remote. I actually had someone hit me up today that saw, I guess, one of my flyers, and they were asking if like when I like after we had this whole discussion, like texting back and forth for like 30, 40 minutes, like at the end of it, they ended the whole thing with like, so this will be done at my house, correct? Or do I come to you? And I was like, No, it's done on Zoom. Like I don't. Why would I go to your house? Like no. Like that's. I don't know. Like I don't know. I kind of understand why someone would assume that, but I mean, like we're in 2023. Why wouldn't you just sit your kid down in front of an iPad or a computer? You know what I mean? And I can teach, 8 to 10 kids a day doing it that way versus driving from one house to another. I would have to do like half the amount of students, because of travel time and
And you
traffic.
could
I live in
display
Orlando, so
the
like,
problem on the computer, so it's easier for like the presentation mode.
right, exactly. So you know what I mean, and I don't mind saying where I live. I live in Orlando. Orlando's huge, so like good luck finding me. But like I don't live in Orlando, so like the traffic here is insane. So like again, trying to
Oh,
go
you're in
from one house
Florida.
to someone else's house, like, and then someone else's house, and yeah, the amount of planning that would take for like
Yeah.
route purposes and
Ooh.
gas and all. I'm like, I don't know what people are thinking. So I was like, yeah, no, it's all done through Zoom. And so
Omar is in
anyhow,
Florida too, so that's pretty cool.
nice, nice. So
Omar, you have
yeah,
a new friend. Also,
I'm
besides
always,
teaching, you
I
also
need
sell
more.
houses. How did you get into the real estate business?
So I actually have a bachelor's degree in audio engineering and in the science of audio,
Okay.
and so that got me into a couple of gigs. Like I just got a couple of jobs, different jobs out of college related to my field, and then I ended up doing some shows for some real estate seminar companies, and I don't know. I guess I drank the Kool-Aid and I hopped.
Drank the Kool-Aid.
I guess, but I mean, I've been successful with it. I mean, I'm not, not a millionaire yet, but
It's a
I'm
really hard business, especially learning about MLS and all that stuff, because I
yeah,
remember I had to learn all that, and I was just a secretary, public relations assistant,
yeah,
and just learning all that was like I even got how to be a real estate for dummies, and I never used the book because I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna start selling houses in New York, and I'm like,
that's
nope,
funny.
not my thing, so I wasn't planning to do it. So what got you into streaming in a whole?
Uh, I honestly I figured I like gaming, so I just thought I would just go live. I mean, I game all the time. Like I'm
That makes
always
sense.
gaming. So I
Yeah.
was like, you know what? Why not like just go live and then see who wants to hang out with me while I game. That's literally how it started off. And yeah, I mean, for a while there it was really good, and I mean, like lately it's it's whatever, but yeah, for a while there I had like a crazy amount of followers coming through. I had like 600 subs on Twitch at one point. It was crazy. It was crazy times. And then,
It happens. It goes up and down, it
yeah.
fluctuates, but little by little you get that momentum back again. Was it during the pandemic that you started streaming?
Yeah. Yeah. And I didn't do it because I
Okay.
was like bored or whatever. Like I said, I was gaming one day playing some, I don't know what I was playing. And I said something that made a friend of mine laugh. And they were like, you're always saying stuff like when you game, that's super funny. Like you should try streaming because, like I'm sure people would find you funny. And I was like, no, I'm not gonna do, whatever. And then one day I just decided to do it, and sure
And you
enough,
enjoy
like I said,
streaming.
within that
Streaming
first
is
6 months, it blew
yeah.
up. I was like, oh, okay, maybe you guys are onto something. But
So you enjoy streaming in a whole.
yeah, yeah, absolutely, it's
What
a
is
lot of
the
fun.
best thing about streaming? Showcasing your favorite games or interacting with people in methods of using the internet?
Um, man, it's a little bit of both. I like meeting people, and I definitely like engaging with my viewers. But at the same time, sometimes I'm gaming, and like I don't want to talk too much with chat because then you know what I mean? I feel like I'm taken away from the gameplay because it's like if I start focusing on chat, like I'll pause the game and then that'll be like 30, 40 minutes because I can talk my ass off. So like the next 30, 40 to 60 minutes can just be us talking, which I mean, don't get me wrong, is great. I'm all for it. If everyone is cool with that, that's in chat, that's great. Um, but sometimes people are like, bro, like, are you gonna play a game? Like, I thought we came to watch you play such and such. Like, why are you talking? Like, my bad. Sorry. I'll get back to it. But yeah.
Yeah, so I remember how I found your stream. I think I was in the middle of a raid and I liked your vibes. And this was before you had like your whole little raid song. You had like a simple, just a raid, like, hey, welcome
Yeah.
raiders and stuff. And then little by little, you came up with that cute little song. I'm not gonna spoil it. You have to follow him and then see if someone raid him or raid him yourself to see it. But it's really adorable. Omar says, "Greetings from Pompano Beach."
Nice. Pompano Beach isn't too far.
I have no idea where that is, but that
Not
sounds
close,
like a
but
nice
it's not
place.
far.
Not
Yeah.
close, but not far. It's such an
Yeah.
oxymoron.
It's a you know, it's a travelable distance that wouldn't be like, you know, like for me to go to Miami would be a pain in the ass because that's like 4.5, 5 hours.
Oof,
So
far.
you know what I mean, right? Exactly. Like 4.5, 5 hours doesn't seem like much, but when it's a car ride, you're like, bruh, like, are we there yet? But yeah, Pompano Beach isn't too bad. I think it's like maybe half that.
So what inspired you to name yourself Live Video Game TV? Like I could see definitely for the love of video games, but why Live Video Game TV, or why not like video games on TV or video game, like what was it?
Honestly, search engine optimization. I just figured search engine optimization. If I want to watch video games live, I don't know. If somebody types in video games or live video games or video game television or video game TV, I don't. Just for me, it was literally search engine optimization.
Well, it is a markable name because as soon as I type in Live Video Game TV, you pop up.
Right. See.
Yeah, nothing else pops up. Like if you type in my name, you automatically find my website.
Right.
Have you ever think of like, even though you don't feel at the moment that you're like growing, you're like in a stump, but you feel like you could grow in the future, are you planning to make Live Video Game TV mostly your brand business?
Yeah. For streaming stuff, yeah, that'll be the way I
Smart.
do that.
Yeah. I'm in the process of trademarking, and it's not a fun process, let me tell you.
No, it's
No,
not cheap.
it's not. I'm paying 700. I think that's what yeah, tomorrow I have my meeting with my lawyer, so I'm excited. Do you want to hear the reason why I have to pay 700 instead of 400?
My.
So I accidentally, when I trademark my own brand, I trademark as a party streamer, not a streamer. Like party decorations.
Okay.
So I kind of myself up at that point.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I made the lawyer work more for my mistakes. And then it's even more of a headache because then you gotta be like, oh, she made a mistake. She doesn't know what she was doing. And
right.
Can we fix this mistake? So
I know how lawyers are.
Whew, so don't do it by yourself. Have a professional help you unless you know what you're doing. That's my advice to you, my friend.
Yep. You're not wrong.
Oh man, but I really feel like it's really important, trial and error when it comes to a streamer. I was definitely learning about LCC and all that good stuff. And you're making me really want a grimace shake right now. Like this is not fair.
Well, if something happens to me, I'll try to make sure it gets TikToked. Since everyone's making
I don't understand why.
Videos.
Okay, can you explain the trend? Because I don't understand the trail.
I don't get it. I have no idea. I don't get it at all.
Like I understand.
I'm almost
Grimace.
40. I don't get these trends.
Oh, I'm 31. The grimace, I could see like it could be known as the word crime scene, but I don't think that's what it is. I heard some dark lore that like it's basically that it's part of Grimace and he wants revenge. And it's Grimace like doing the revenge. But I don't know anymore. You know, everything's a trend nowadays.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I don't know what it's about. But if I get attacked in my sleep by a giant purple booger, I'll let everybody know.
Do you remember the McDonald's VHSs?
Yeah. They used to give out Burger King used to give out Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle VHSs.
I didn't know about that. But I remember McDonald's had their own VHSs of a Ronald McDonald adventure. I think I have all of them in a box. They're like I think 5 or 7 of them, I'm not sure. And it was a really cute cartoon. It was a 30-minute VHS. And Grimace had a mask, if I remembered. He was like a robber or something. Or was that another guy? No, that's the guy with the
No,
hat.
yeah, like there's Hamburglar. I know
Hamburglar. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he's pretty gangster.
I call Grimace the McDonald's Barney.
Yeah, he's big giant purple, I don't know. Like I call him a booger, but I don't know why.
He's a purple like monster. Trial and error. Exactly, Omar. I also see there's a bunch of games behind you. I don't know what the top shelf is, but I can see the blue ones. Those are PS5, right?
Yeah, so these are some PS1 games, PS2 games, PS5 games. And I have more PS2 games littered around the house, as well as PS3 games and
Wait, what are the blue
3DS
ones?
games and all that. But then these two, no, I have 3 shelves of PlayStation 4 games. I have
Those are PS4 games? I thought those was 5.
yeah, no, that's it. No, PS4 games, and then the bottom 2 shelves are Switch games. But yeah, I've got somewhere around 100 and like 105,
I'm curious to know
something like
what
that.
Switch games you
PS4
have.
games. Let's see here. Oh, thank you for the gifted
Yo,
sub.
Zeno! Thank you
Appreciate
for gifting Live Video Game TV a sub. Also, your
Appreciate that.
spaghetti and meatballs look amazing. Hold on, sirens. Give it a second.
What games do I have? Gosh, so many.
Look, I think you can
I
get
have
busy.
Bayonetta, I have Dead Space, I have Bubble Bobble, I have the Disney classics like Aladdin and The Lion King.
I have that on
I
Xbox.
have Donkey Kong Country, Tropical Freeze, Dragon
I
Quest
want that
Builders
one.
2, some Final Fantasy 7 and 8, Ghostbusters, Little Nightmares. Oh, so many games, man. Mortal Kombat, Ni no Kuni,
What?
Okami HD. I cannot recommend this game enough. It is a
That game is
fantastic game.
amazing. I actually
Yes.
completed it on Xbox. It's so
Yes.
good.
I thought I've seen you play that before. I thought so.
Yeah, you came. Yeah.
Yep, that's a great game. Sonic games, Spyro games, Bomberman games, a whole bunch of Mario games, Toe Jam and Earl, Ukulele, Shantae. I mean, so much stuff. Mega Man. I actually have every single Mega Man. I don't know if anyone's into Mega Man.
Wait, did you get the new anniversary one that just came out?
Single Mega Man. It's actually from Japan. It's called Rockman.
Whoa.
But it's every single Mega Man game that is out in the collection. So.
But did you get the anniversary one that just came out, Mega Man X or whatever it's called?
No, that one I haven't gotten. I haven't gotten that. I don't know if that has any other games that I don't already have, unless it's a brand new game, right? Sonic, yeah, I've got tons. I actually have my original, and I have a box over there with Sega Genesis games, and I have the original Sonic 1 and 2 in there. And then over here I have Sonic Colors, Sonic Frontiers, Sonic for the Genesis collection. I actually owned like a physical cartridge of the Genesis collection back before it was part of the Nintendo Online service. So I have like Sonic 1, 2, and I think Knuckles on that one.
So did I beat your Switch collection?
There you go. Look at that. Nice. Good to see another physical collector.
Yeah, I have Odyssey.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I have that. Yeah. Odyssey is a great game.
Hyrule Warriors Chlamydia.
Hyrule Warriors. I have that one. I have that. That's a great game. That's up there along with all my Zelda stuff.
Pokemon Sword.
Nice. I have Shield.
Hey, twins!
Shield. Yep, got that. Yep.
Luigi's Mansion 3.
Love Luigi's Mansion.
This is the Final Fantasy Theater Rhythm. It's a music Final Fantasy game. It's really cute, by the way.
Cool. I'm terrible at rhythm-based games, but that's cool because there's actually a Zelda rhythm-based game. It's called The Cadence of Hyrule.
I have it.
And I can't. I suck at it.
Oh, I do too.
Nice.
I'm horrible at it, but I downloaded it. Yeah, I downloaded it on my
I'm terrible.
Thing.
I'm so terrible at it, but I'm like, damn it, it's a Zelda game. I want to be good at it, but I'm just not.
I totally ruined my focus. Did I ever beat Hyrule Warriors? No, I have not. I have not. I've been slacking on the first one.
I haven't beaten the first Hyrule Warriors, but I've beaten the second one, the Calamity one.
I haven't touched the second one. Give me a second. My camera is out of focus. There we go. We're back. And now I'm a little too zoomed in.
You were saying how Breath of the Wild, you felt like it didn't have, like it was missing the love, and I feel like Tears of the Kingdom has it. Like, there's so much.
That's what a lot of people are telling me. Yeah.
To Tears of the Kingdom that like
there's
it makes
more
Breath of the Wild look like a tech demo. You're good.
Mario and Rabbids?
I haven't gotten into Rabbids.
It's a tough one. It's a tough one, but it's fun.
But I hear great things about it, and I'm one of those gamers who, like, even if a game isn't for me, I can be like, it's a great game, or just not for me. I mean, if the game is shit, I'll say a game is shit. But if the game is not for me, I'll just say it's not for me. Ace Attorney, yeah, you can't go wrong with Ace Attorney.
I need to play it. I haven't played it yet.
There is a bot on Twitter that if you add it, it's like at Ace Attorney bot or Ace Attorney conversation. You have to look it up, but basically, they will bring up an Ace Attorney segment, and it'll be an entire conversation of that Twitter thread. It is hysterical.
I need to check that out.
That's a great game. So I have that. I have a digital copy of that, but I don't have the physical copy too, because it came with my Switch. Where'd it go? The one I showed you earlier. Oh, here it is.
Like, I'm making him lose things.
So when I bought the Nintendo Switch Pikachu
so cool.
edition,
I love that.
It came with Let's Go Pikachu digital, but I being a physical collector would really want a physical copy of that game.
And that had this game?
Which one? Oh, Zumba? No, I don't have Zumba, but I have Ring Fit. That's my
I have it too.
Game.
Completely sealed. I haven't even opened it yet. I promised myself I was gonna start working out, but I haven't.
That's hysterical.
It was expensive.
Yeah, Ring Fit is expensive. So yeah, I mean, I got it for the original price, which was like $60-$70. So I didn't pay too much for it. But I heard that game got up there
No, I got it for 70 too, but it's expensive.
Yeah, okay.
And it's still in the box, and I probably can't even redeem it because it's past a year. But whatever.
It's possible. Yeah.
This is another game. One of the worst Switch games ever.
Cooking Llama, oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't get into the cooking games. Yeah.
I think I showed this, but I'm not sure. Super Smash Brothers Ultimate.
Nice. Yeah, I have that. I'm terrible at it, but I have it.
Just Dance 2022.
Just Dance, nice.
Breath of the Wild.
Can't go wrong with that.
Skyward Sword.
I enjoy that. And I feel like Skyward Sword, honestly, I feel like that game is like tied to the current game, like in a way, like, you know what I mean, like there's characters that are tied. So if you haven't played that yet, then I'm not spoiling anything.
Okay, so let me give you a heads up, everybody. I played it on the Wii, but I haven't played it on Switch. So I opened this just to redeem the gold from it. I still haven't touched it. Yeah, because it was 70 gold. I'm like,
yeah, I don't blame you. Absolutely, get that.
This is unopened because this game worth went up online.
Oh yeah,
it went up. It went up to $200, I think, right now.
That's crazy. Mine's opened, but I mean, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, and I was gonna sell it to someone. I'm like, no, the worth went up. I'm gonna keep this.
yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
Then I have this one.
Nice. Kirby's.
The Return to Dream. Yeah, this game is really cute. I highly recommend it. Really, really cute. If you like the Animal Crossing vibe.
I have seen I've seen people play that. That's a cute game for sure.
This game is evil.
Oh my goodness. I actually have that game for PS4, PS3, and Switch.
It's such an evil game.
So I have it for I bought it for the PS3 way back in the day, and then when they remastered it with, like, I guess this new girl that's included in the story now.
I haven't played it
yet. Yeah, I bought it for the PS4, and then they released it for the Switch, so I bought it for that. But they're all, well, except for the PS3 version, they're all sealed, so I haven't opened them. But the PS4 version is also a collector's edition, so it's got like a stuffed sheep plushie. But yeah, I haven't opened it.
And then this is the sequel for Mario Rabbids. This is the one that just came out.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, I just heard about that.
Then Just Dance 2021.
Nice.
Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Really great game, by the way.
I want that. Yeah, I actually do want that. I haven't got my hands on
And
that
this
yet.
is awesome game. And I got the voice actor to talk to next month. So I'm really excited.
Oh, sick. Very
this
cool.
is The World Ends With You, Neo.
Nice.
And then the first original one was Nintendo DS. But the only way to play it on Switch is to get the first one digitally on the Switch.
Right.
But the mechanics are really weird because you're only playing with one Joy-Con the entire time.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So, your addiction is games. My addictions are controllers. I need to have every single controller out there. So I got the Nintendo 64 controller for the Switch.
Nice. Yeah. See, I have my OG Nintendo 64 controller.
Does it work with the Switch though? Does it work?
No, it doesn't work with the Switch, but it's my original Nintendo 64 controller.
And then where is it? I don't know where the other controllers are. But I just opened my Sega Genesis one. And I just opened the other little Nintendo one. And I have a whole bunch of Xbox controllers.
I get a lot of Joy-Cons now, just because I like to collect them. And then as far as the only like nice PlayStation controller that I have is the Death Stranding PlayStation 4 controller. It's
I
like
still haven't played that game, and I have it on PC. You think I'll like it?
There's a lot of like, I mean, how do you feel about like delivering packages?
I played Lake. Lake was about a girl who was a male lady, but it had a love romance story to it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if you didn't mind like the aspect of going back and forth, like, you know, to some, because sometimes you'll end up going like the same, you know, like the same path back and forth like 3 or 4 times. At least I did, because if I found a safe path, then I would, you know, that was easy to traverse, then I would just continue going back and forth on that
I feel like
path.
every game has a repetitive aspect to it, so it doesn't matter. If you play,
if that's the case, then you'll like it.
What was that game I was playing last night? I was playing this game called Little Friends Puppy Islands, a new game that just came out. And you're basically, you find a puppy, you train the puppy, go for the walk with the puppy. Kitty!
Yeah, my cat decided to join me.
Hello, Kitty. What is your cat's name?
This is Missy.
Oh,
she's
my goodness. What a mush.
Yeah, she loves those.
Look at this cutie.
She loves to steal the show.
Oh, yep, she stole the show. This is totally her show now. Hello, Missy. Can we have an interview with you? Did you like the game Stray, Missy?
Oh, Stray was so good. I had a good time playing that. Gosh, we were saying something about what game were we talking about?
I'm just obsessed with your cat. We were talking about Death Stranding.
Yeah, Death Stranding, that's right. So with Death Stranding, I think you'll like it. If you don't mind the whole like delivering packages and doing like the same routes sometimes, then I think you'll enjoy it, because the acting is incredible, the graphics are phenomenal, and the story, I enjoyed the story for what it was. A lot of people will complain about it, I guess, but I feel like a lot of those people either didn't finish the game and finish the story, or the story just might have been, maybe just went over their head, which is fine, because I mean there's definitely like some movies that I've had to watch 2 or 3 times because like I didn't get it, you know. I'm like, I don't get what the hype is.
Are you excited for the sequel?
Yeah, no, I thought Death Stranding was fantastic, and I think there's rumors about a sequel to that coming out.
There's a sequel. I mean, they announced it in one of the game shows. Oh my goodness, this cat was giving you so much love. I never seen a cat so affectionate like that.
This is she's such a savage, Missy. Come on.
Is this every day?
Yeah, this is all the time.
I love her. She's so cute. What kind of cat is she?
I have no idea. On paper, they say she's just American short hair, but she's brat is what she is.
No, she's adorable. Look at that kitty. Look, everyone's enjoying the kitty. Look at her. She's like closing the eyes. You can see that she like loves you. Like what?
Yeah, she's
Oh my goodness. Sure, I'm like, my heart's melting. I'm allergic to cats. So seeing them from afar, it's really fun. Now I understand why TikTok always adds cat videos on my TikToks. Look at her, right? Isn't she a mush? She's so cute. She doesn't want you to let her go.
No, no. She's in my arms. She's like, all right, this is where I'm at for the night.
So what happens when you're playing video games? Does she like jumps on you too?
Yeah, sometimes when I'm streaming, she's in my lap. I've had to, turn the camera down to show everyone, like, look, this little booger's in my lap. I have 2 cats, but the other one, he's larger and he's old, so he doesn't really like to do like the lap thing. But her, she's a total, like, I call her a daddy's girl. That's what she is. She just
She's
loves to be
so
in my arms.
obsessed with you. I think it's your beard. Look, she keeps looking at your beard and rubbing against it. It's so cute. Oh, look at that. Oh, how old is she?
She's like 5 or 6 at this point. Yeah, she's not even like a kitten anymore. She's just a rat. I think she was the runt of the litter, so I think she's just kind of like, I don't know if it's, I don't want to say underdeveloped, but I just think she's the runt, so she's got attachment issues.
Attachment issues? I have sirens going off, but Zach says 40 months resub, and I'm getting to see Cat's epic win. I know, right? I didn't expect to see a cat either. I got really excited when the cat just jumped on him.
Missy, stop it.
And her name is Misty. What inspired the name Misty?
So I'm a Doctor Who fan, and there's a character on there named Missy, which was
Missy.
Yeah. Missy was basically a female version of the Master. For anyone who is familiar with Doctor Who,
I've never seen Doctor Who.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, old school Doctor Who. I can't speak for current day Doctor Who, but I like the old school Doctor Who big time up until about 2008. So
I need to catch up on these shows. I'm very behind.
yeah, they're good. I liked it up until about like the 11th or 12th Doctor. After that, they kind of went a little left field with it, but until then, it was really good, I thought. So definitely check it out.
So how long does your streams usually run?
I try to go for at least 3 hours.
3 hours,
if not more. Yeah. I've always heard that 3 hours is like it's a good like time bar to set, just because typically most streams will typically peak around the 3-hour mark.
Exactly, yeah. So if you do 1 to 2 hours for a good introductory period, 3 to 4 hours is like the greatest max of streaming. So I used to do like way longer streams, and I've noticed when I'm doing the short streamers, I feel more energetic, and I feel less defeated, because I feel like when you stream long hours, you're super drained. I think I'm going to take a few days off.
I can typically go 6 hours, no problem, just because, again, I enjoy streaming, I enjoy gaming, and as long as as long as money is not a problem, which which real estate and teaching help me out with a lot, so it's usually not an issue. Like, I've had my neighbors ask me, like, what do you do, because you don't leave your house, like and I'll just laugh, I'll wash my car, and they're like, oh, you're outside, like, what do you do, because we never see you leave your house.
You should give them your Twitch channel for them to watch.
Yeah, well, I just tell them, like, I do real estate, and I teach from, I do the teaching thing. I was like, and then I stream. I was like, so I have 3 sources of income, and so I don't really need to leave the house. I work, just not the same way that everybody else works. I work for myself. It's more of entrepreneurial than it is, non-entrepreneurial, I guess.
That makes sense. I'm
trying to think of the word. Yeah, like a rat. I want to say like the rat race, but it's kind of what it is. The rat race, right? We struggle to go through those 40 hours plus sometimes more a week, and then make just enough money to be broke. So I didn't want to do that. So I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna work for myself. So that's what I've been doing.
So Zach Google just got here and says, love the horror theme in the back. Ghostface, always my favorite, but Michael Myers is a close second.
Nice. For me, it's the other way around. Michael's my favorite, and then Ghostface is my super close second. Just because, yeah, I don't know. I like I like the serious and unstoppability of Michael Myers and the fact that he kind of embodies Halloween and horror. But then I also love the all-around goofiness of like Ghostface, like because Ghostface will go from being like completely like scary in one moment, and then the next moment like he'll trip over something in the house and just like do a 360 flip and land on his ass, and you're like, all right, I
Yeah.
want to take you seriously, bro, but you're kind of funny.
The only thing I got close to Ghostface was Scary Movie. And that's about
Oh
it.
yeah, good. No,
The
that was tough.
Wizard.
Yeah, I would actually. That's one of the masks that I want to get is the mask from that movie because I have a really good 1996 Ghostface robe. I don't have a Gen 1 mask. I'm sure Zach probably knows what I'm talking about. I don't have a Gen 1 mask. I'm not that privileged. I lost my masks from the 90s long ago.
Dang.
But I do have the 25th anniversary mask here. And then on the
Whoa.
bottom shelf down there, which you can't see, I actually have a pre-2010 hooded Ghostface mask that has a really nice shape to it. It's one of my favorite ones to wear when I do cosplays and stuff. Just because it's I don't know, the face just seems longer to me, and uh, I could just grab the sculpt and show it to him, but yeah, it's one of my favorite one. Next, then the 25th anniversary would probably be the next best mask that I have as far as shape and mold goes. But yeah, that pre 2010 hooded one it's pretty sweet. It was actually attached to a robe. It had a whole robe to it. But I disconnected the robe at the seam because I mean I can sew, so I can just connect it at the seam if I really needed to or wanted to.
You're just
But
multi-talented.
I cleanly took it off the seam because I just wanted the mask. But I kept the robe. It had like has a really distinct robe to it already. But what I'll do is I'll usually like pull it back, and then I have Velcro on the inside, and I'll stick the 1996 like costume on and attach it, and it looks really good. So I live in like I said, I live in Orlando, so there's a couple of like bars down here that do horror nights. There's actually a bar in the middle of downtown called oh gosh, what's it called? Can't think of it right now. But they're basically a horror themed bar. Like every night is horror for them. And so sometimes they'll do like Ghostface night or Halloween night or whatever, Freddy night, sometimes Harry Potter night. Like they do all sorts of stuff. But yeah, so
I
anyways,
thought you didn't
whatever's
leave
going
your
on.
house.
I leave my house to go have fun, but I don't leave my house to go to work. So
Makes sense. Makes sense.
yep,
I
yep,
love
yep.
that.
So
How did you feel about the new Scream movies that just came out recently?
they're okay. They're okay.
And they're like they're mid.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
mid. They're alright. I definitely prefer the original. Like for me, the first three will always kind of be the greatest. And I know like three catches a lot of shit because it's kind of the cheesiest one. But I really liked the reveal in three. I liked the kind of story and the connection. To me, it was I don't know. It was kind of deep. I don't know if anyone has seen it. I don't want to spoil it. I don't know if you've seen it, but
I haven't seen any. I'm telling you,
yeah,
I
that's all
haven't
right.
seen it.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah,
I
but
am
anyways,
so uncultured when it comes to horror movies
you're
and
good.
stuff like
No
that
worries.
because if you were here, my first rated R movie was The Passion of the Christ at the age of 12. And I couldn't watch a rated R movie until I was 18. And my
Oh my
first
goodness.
rated R movie at the age of 18 was Pineapple Express that I rented from a local
Oh
library.
wow, that's a classic right there. Yeah. Yeah.
I was curious, and then
So
I was like, okay, why did I watch this? I had no idea what I was watching.
for reexit without spoiling it, for there's just the reveal in three, the connection to the main and protagonist, Sydney, just and his reasoning. I thought it was really well done. I don't know. I thought like it made sense to me. I was like, yeah, that's a really good motive, like to be pissed off at somebody, even though it really had nothing to do with the main protagonist. Like it wasn't her fault that things turned out the way they did, but I can see somebody being extremely psychotic and jealous, and yeah, it was a good connection. But after that, I don't know. 4 was okay. 4 was great for the costume, but I just didn't like the reveal in 4, and then 5 and 6 for me. I liked the movies, and then it's the third act that kills it for me. Like they, for some, I don't know, they haven't been able to nail the third act since the third movie, in my opinion. Like that, because the third act is super important. Like when they reveal who the Ghostface is and their motives, like you gotta understand, like if it's not well done, if it's a bad reason or a bad motive or whatever, like it kind of just takes you out of the rest. Like it makes the rest of the movie seem kind of stupid. I mean, this is my opinion. So for
Doesn't
me,
hurt.
like 4, the reveal in 4 was like, really? Like, I mean, I don't know, I guess so. And then 5, same thing. I was kind of like, Like I just saw it coming. It was predictable. And then 6, same thing. I knew from I think 15 minutes into the movie, I like nudged the person that I went to see the date. I went out to my date and was just like, hey, I'm pretty sure that it's this person, and I was like, there might be a third, but it's probably this person.
Oh man.
It was after a certain phone call in the last movie. Somebody calls one of the main protagonists and like talks about how their ID was at the crime scene, and as soon as they said that, I was like, dude, you're the killer. Like how else was her ID at the crime scene unless you planted it there because you're the killer? So yeah, it was one of those things.
Sometimes,
Like,
yeah. Sometimes in the movies, there's way too many predictable
yeah,
events about to happen. When it comes
yeah.
to horror games, which horror game would you like to see turn into a movie? In October, Five Nights at Freddy's is coming, but which horror game would you love to see in the big screen?
See, that's tough because they've already tried and they've failed on a couple of them. Like
Tell me
I want a
about it.
proper Resident Evil movie. I
Oh
want
yes,
I want a
please.
classic, like just police officers going into a haunted mansion and letting the events of the first game unfold. Like I don't understand why this is so hard to
That
do
Resident
and why
movie,
they keep
the
making
first.
terrible movies and show like
See, he
in
agrees.
fact in fact I wouldn't even make, and this is where a lot of people and I might differ, but I wouldn't even be upset if they didn't make it a movie. Like I would love a Resident Evil like TV show that's
They
like
tried.
HBO level, like Showtime. You know what I mean? Like something
Netflix
that's got that,
tried.
something that, well, no, not no. So again, because Netflix failed. I'm talking about again taking the actual games. Let's say season 1 is like, maybe Resident Evil 1, and then season 2 could be Resident Evil 2 and 3, like kind of combined together because they kind of did happen at the same time. Season 3 can be Code Veronica. Season 4 can be Resident Evil 4. I think because that way you can kind of do a 10 to 12 episode. That's 10 to 12 hours, and you can, I mean, for 10 to 12 hours, I think you can tell the game and the important aspects of each game in 10 to 12. If you can't tell the game in 10 to 12 hours, you're not good at storytelling because you can easily fit, I think, those games into a 10 to 12 hour long episodes. But yeah, just do it that way, but do it like on an HBO, like Game of Thrones level where it's good. You know what I mean? Like the zombies look good, the acting's on point, like none of this CW like nonsense they
The
keep giving us.
CGI,
It's just
yeah.
terrible.
Yeah, it
Dead
looks too
Space, I agree
fake.
with Bryn. Dead Space would be another great one. I agree.
Yes.
They,
Bryn said Dead Space IRL movie, and Zach says I would love to see an Outlast movie.
Outlast would be cool too. Yeah,
I don't
Outlast
know
would
about
definitely be cool.
Outlast. I feel like that's
But
gonna be
that's
like a repeat of Paranormal Activity with a camera.
possibly.
If you
But
think about it.
well, I mean, that's like the first person view is popular
But
amongst the
Paranormal Activity
genre.
was actually a decent movie at its
Yeah, they were
time.
good. Yeah, the first like 2 or 3 were good. Then they,
The other ones were
yeah, then they
garbage.
got crazy. Yeah. But Dead Space would be cool because I can like it, especially if you can get somebody like, I don't want to say like Ridley Scott exactly, but like what he did for the Alien series. You know what I mean? Like Alien, Aliens. Was it Ridley Scott? It was Ridley Scott. I'm pretty sure it was Ridley
Never
Scott.
seen it. I'm just gonna
But
nod with
like,
you.
if you can do what he did for that franchise, like the first 2 or 3 movies, like don't like let's not get into the rest of them, but the first 2 or 3 movies, what he did for that, if they can do something like that for Dead Space, that would be pretty sick. Because honestly, in my opinion, to this day, at least the first 2 Alien movies absolutely hold up to this day as like pretty scary. Like the idea of being stuck in space with this creature that is literally built to be a predator and you are not on its level whatsoever.
Oh my goodness.
You know what I mean? Like it's terrifying. I think it's terrifying. So
Yeah.
yeah. Alien 3 was trash. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Alien 3 was like Alien 3, yeah, it definitely like yeah, it was definitely the start and the fall of
I
the
would love
franchise.
to see um a movie about Soma or a TV series in like HBO level like Last of Us into a
Mm,
series because Amnesia has such a great story. People don't understand the difference between thriller horror and psychological horror.
right.
So Soma is psychological horror. Amnesia
Right.
fully psychological thriller slash horror because there's no
Mm-hmm.
jump scares or whatever, but it's just the story itself and where like the atmosphere is kind of
Yeah.
pretty messed up. Like if you like read into it, I don't know. I just love games
Soma
with a lot of reading.
Soma always reminded me of Fear. I don't know if
Oh,
you remember the
I
franchise
love
Fear.
Fear. Fear is
Yeah,
terrifying.
yeah. Soma always reminded me of like Fear. Like it was influenced by Fear. Like, and I mean that in a good
Yeah.
way. Like, cause yeah, I thought that was a great series.
Have you watched Black Mirror?
I've seen it, but I haven't like gotten into it too
Okay,
deep.
well, I'm gonna give you a heads up. If you do watch season 6, episode 1, I think it is, it definitely takes the idea of Soma. So check it out.
Nice.
Black Mirror is really good. It's about dystopia and things that could happen in real life, and it just gets you into a rabbit hole. It's kind of really up things going on in that show, but I enjoy
Man.
it.
Yeah, for sure. There's so many things out there that could be done properly, but then they always just end up like Walking Dead. Walking Dead comics were fantastic graphic novels, and then you watch the show and you're like, eh.
The Telltale
Like,
game
eh,
is
yeah.
better than the show, in my opinion.
Game, yeah, it's like 9. Usually, so far, games have been better than the show. Same with comics. Most comics have been better
Yeah.
than their show counterparts. Unless you like don't, certain things like maybe like your exceptions, like your Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and your X-Men from like the '90s. Like those were great TV shows. Batman animated series from the '90s, phenomenal TV
Yeah.
show. Like there's definitely some things that obviously
I
surpass,
stopped watching Walking
but
Dead after Glenn died. I was like, all right, I'm over it.
yeah, yeah. Walking Dead just as a fan, I mean I can like if I pan my camera over
More
that
stuff.
way, I don't
Yay.
know if you can
Whoa.
see there's all that zombie shit up there. But I have so much Walking Dead, and I have like all the comics in hardcover form.
Holy
So basically,
moly.
what happens is every so often they'll release a hardcover copy of all the Walking Dead comics up to a certain point, and so they have like I don't know, I think they're up to like 20 hardcover books right now. I have like 16 or 17 of them, and then I have seasons 1, 2, and 3, collector's editions. And so yeah, I'm a big fan of The Walking Dead, but the TV show is just
Makes
TV
sense.
shows.
Would you consider ever in like the near future or maybe anytime soon to make long form content talking about all these stuff? Because people love to learn about these collectible things.
I've always wanted to do a podcast with like people of a mutual mind. I mean, we got a difference of opinions. That's not a problem, but for the most part, people of a mutual you know interest in mind. Like so some of the people that influenced me to start streaming is I watched this guy called Spawnwave and RGT85 and beat 'em ups, Woodhawker beat 'em ups. And Spawn Wave, every like Saturday he does this basically this podcast with like him and like 6, sometimes 7 other people, like close friends of his, and they just talk about gaming news for that week, and they talk about, you know, just whatever, just gaming news for the week, and you know, everyone's opinions on that. And I would like to do something like that, but I just, for the last 2 years, I've tried 3 times to launch something, and like people either end up like falling out, or it's just hard. And then I'm the one left carrying it on my shoulders, and then I just get, you know, I don't want to talk to myself for 2 hours. So yeah, so that just hasn't really happened. But I would love to do a podcast.
So do what I
Where it's
did.
like that.
Make a form, post it on Twitter, or instead look for like the mutual interest, like hashtags or something, and be annoying. I've been annoying. You know how I get these voice actor interviews? Yes, I got them come from like meeting them from conventions and talking to their PR and their managers. But I'm
Right,
literally DMing them like, "Hey, I love your work, and I'm gonna shoot my shot. Can I interview you?"
right,
I got no's and I got yeses. And the yeses has been so inspirational, especially interviewing like the voice actress from Dragon Ball and the actor from One Piece and video game actors. So what's stopping you? You
right.
just message them.
I mean, ideally, I'd love to be on just the Spawncast. I would love to get invited onto that. That'd be crazy if I was to ever get an invite. I mean, you
Doesn't
know,
hurt to
I don't.
ask. Like rejection is protection, or sometimes,
I don't know. In my mind, I'm nobody, which, you know. So I'm
that's
just
the
kind of like,
thing. We gotta
why?
get out of that mentality of like being nobody. That's what tears us down, and that's what puts us like kills the momentum. So I say just jump for it. Literally, I think you have it. Like you have so
Mm,
many things to talk about. Like you see how you're like talking to me in this podcast. Like we talk about first, we talk about video game streaming, your life, and then your collection, and bam,
I'm gonna
that's it.
start. I'm gonna start tagging Spawn Wave. Like, invite me onto your show.
Make it, yeah, make like a little a movement. I'll retweet it for you. Why not?
Like
I never heard of
day
Spawn
one of
Wave.
asking. Yeah, I should definitely. So
And then make it
I
into a
found him.
series. There you go.
Yeah. Just day 1, day 2, day 3 of tagging Spawn Wave to
Make it
get me
as a
invited onto
TikTok
the.
series. Definitely will pick up that algorithm.
um,
Talk about TikTok. Have you been making TikToks? Because your TikToks were
I yeah, no, I've gotten so busy with real estate and teaching that it's been hard to sift through my content. And again, I sometimes have to clip content myself, and that's time consuming. Like, it's much easier when I have people in there clipping it for
well.
me, because then I can just download the clips,
There's
and then I
Eclipse.
usually.
There's Eclipse. There's Combo. Got the other one, and there's Spikes, and that automatically clips for you at the end of the stream. It doesn't clip exactly the part you want, but it highlights at least 2 to 3 minutes of a
Right.
part that will probably pick up the algorithm.
I've got a Stream Deck with a clip button, so I've got to get myself into the habit of, when if
Pressing
something
it.
happens that I want that clipped, I need to just hit the Stream Deck button to clip it for me. I need to get into a better
I'm probably
habit
gonna
of doing
start
that.
doing that. Thank you for that idea.
Yeah, oh, it's super clutch. I mean, if you can get yourself into the habit of doing it, it's definitely nice, because I just have
I'm taking
in my
notes
Stream
here.
Deck. Yeah, I just have a stream key, like a folder, and when I hit that, all this stream related stuff comes up, and one of them is clip stream.
That is
So
definitely
yeah,
gonna be on
it's
my stream deck. And I have the
definitely.
XL one, so I should add that.
Yep. Yeah.
Would you ever think of making outside content of gaming? So, like for example, would you make a different channel under a different alias that focuses on teaching or real estate, or you just want to stick to your alias of live video game TV as video games and don't have any other kind of branding to conflict with what you're currently doing?
Yeah, I'd probably. I mean, I'd rather just grow this one, but um, I do have like real estate ones already set up, just because it helps out with
Yeah,
credibility and things like that. So
credibility, and
yeah,
it's a moneymaker thing. So yeah.
yeah, yeah.
But I'm
So.
just talking about that in a personal aspect because, as what you said, that you are a busy person and you do have a lot of plans and you are focusing on yourself. And that's really important because always putting yourself first, never put anyone else besides you first.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because that's what I learned the hard way. If you don't
Yep.
if you don't put yourself first, you're gonna knock yourself down, and then you're gonna put others up, and they're gonna forget you at the end. So I'm telling you from experience.
I always go back to the old saying of you can't fill other people's cups if your cup is empty.
That's a good that's a good
You know what I
saying.
mean? You can't keep nourishing other people when you're not getting nourished. So
Yeah.
and I've outright said that to people when I feel bad saying no, I'm like, look, I gotta say no. Like, unfortunately, it's gonna overextend myself, and at that point, if I overextend myself, then I'm not getting what I need to be able to even be in the position to even help you to begin with. But right now, it just isn't the time.
Makes
And
sense.
that's all there is to it. They either get it or they don't.
That makes a lot of sense. So I know you have company, and I told you I'm gonna make. Oh, there's Missy. I know you have company, and I don't want to keep you too long. So, what is one thing you want to tell the chat? And when do you stream? Like, do you have a set schedule? And chat, if you have any questions, give them to him right now.
I've been trying to stream consistently on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
Okay.
It hasn't, like I said, the last 2 weeks have been kind of weird because of the 4th of July, and then I got sick. I don't ever get sick. One of my claims to fame is that I rarely get sick. Like, I can go in a room full of sick people just coughing up a storm and just walk out like
that's wild.
Water on a duck's back, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't affect me. But I don't know what I caught last week, but I was not good. And what's crazy is like the major part of it I was over in like 24 to 48 hours, but then it like my body just felt icky for like the next 3 or 4 days after that. It wasn't even that I was even like majorly sick. It just felt gross. But yeah. Anyways, I stream Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Mondays and Wednesdays are typically just my general variety streaming stuff, and then Fridays I've been trying to do horror, like a Freaky Friday, whatever you want to call it,
Frightful Friday.
Yeah, like a Frightful Friday type situation.
That's nice.
Where
Frightful
Friday. Where I just do. So right now I'm currently playing through Resident Evil Dark Side Chronicles, and then after Dark Side Chronicles, I plan on starting the Resident Evil 4 remake, the remastered remake edition.
I haven't opened mine yet. Mine is still closed till this day.
I've actually played through Resident Evil 0, Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3, and Code Veronica. So I've actually played through those 5 games, and then now it's Dark Side Chronicles and then Resident Evil 4. And I was doing that in preparation for Resident Evil 4. I knew it would be coming
that makes sense. Yeah, I still need to play Code Veronica, and I still have to open my 4 remake.
Nice. And then Mondays and Wednesdays is Tears of the Kingdom. And then I'm not sure what I'm going to do after Tears of the Kingdom. There's a couple of things I want to play. There's Jedi Survivor. There's so much. There's Sonic Frontiers. There's Immortal Phoenix Rising. There's a lot of stuff. Saifu. I actually want to play Saifu.
Oh, Sifu. Sifu is really hard. But Sonic Frontiers, no comment. It's my very least favorite game.
And then I know you're not a big Fortnite streamer, but I only started. So I started playing Fortnite. I was actually telling you this prior to stream. I hated Fortnite. I
still hate Fortnite. Like, that deserves a zoom in.
Hated it. Like, I had tried playing it once and was like, I remember like I eliminated 1 or 2 people and I was like, oh, this isn't so bad. And then I ran into somebody who was clearly into building. And so I was trying to eliminate them, and they kept building walls and whatever the hell else, and then like deleting the walls when they felt convenient so that they could shoot me and eliminate me. And I remember I was like, this is stupid. I was like, what kind of dumbass game is this? How are you gonna, how are you gonna build contraptions and fortresses in the middle of a fighting, like a shooting game? Like, I was like livid. I was like, this is dumb. And I never touched it again. And my community was always like, oh, you need to play Fortnite. You need to play Fortnite with us. So I had a lot of people in my community who like to play it. And I was like, dude, I'll play Fortnite when they make a no builds mode. That was always my thing. When they release a no builds mode, I'll play Fortnite. And I said it thinking that it was never going to happen. And like 6 months, 7 months, I don't know, some time period later, they announced it. And I was like, damn it. So I ended up playing it for a couple rounds.
Kind of put yourself in that spot.
Yeah. And that was pretty much that. So,
oh man.
But now I have like over 100 skins in that damn game because I have a lot of fun with it.
Oh,
but I
boy.
cannot stand build mode. So, yeah.
Would you ever give the new game that just came out, Only Up, a try?
I don't know, maybe. So those kind of like games that intentionally go out of their way to frustrate you, they're not usually my bag. Because
in Fortnite they have an Only Up version, so maybe try it on Fortnite.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, because Fortnite has like the creative mode or something. Like they have like different, like they have like an Among Us. They have like different things. And don't ask how I know this. It's always on my For You page on TikTok. That's why I learn about these things. I don't play Fortnite. I have no hours on Fortnite. Check my Epic account. Promise you. Man. The only reason why I have an Epic account, by the way, is just the free games every Thursday. That's the only reason why I have an Epic account.
Nothing wrong with that. Definitely, they give out some really nice games sometimes. I'm like, holy shit! Oh, sorry,
I got Death Stranding for free.
Yeah,
I got Death Stranding for free. I got the Grand Theft Auto for free. I forgot what other games I got for free.
A lot of good games on there for free.
Well, actually, no, I missed the Grand Theft Auto. I should have downloaded it when it was free so I could mod it, but
I ended up getting it for only like $5 or $10. Grand Theft Auto 5, so I can't complain too much about that. But yeah, for the most part, there's like a lot of AAA title games that they just give away on there that I'm like, yeah, I'll take it.
My brother does not play Fortnite, so sucks on you, Zach. He said that I secretly play on my bro's account, but my bro does not like Fortnite. He's a Call of Duty and Halo head.
I think I got I don't know if you ever played this game, Control, but I think I got Control.
I have it. I still haven't touched it.
It's a great game. It reminds me of like The Matrix meets Star Wars, like the Jedi aspect of like being able to like grab things and like throw them across the room, you know what I mean, and like use your mind powers. I know it fits
in the Alan Wake environment, so I need to play it because Alan Wake 2 is coming out soon. Yeah, and I'm a big Alan Wake fan.
So I've played Alan Wake and I've played Control, and I didn't know that they were in the same
There's
world,
a DLC for it.
Oh, okay. Dang, I didn't know that. I haven't played that.
The DLC was like $5. It's worth it.
Gotcha. I'll have to check into it.
Yeah, I need to play it, but the thing is the game's over 30 hours.
Yeah, I mean, I had a lot of fun with it. I thought some people had their gripes with it, but I played it from beginning to end and had no quarrels with it whatsoever. I thought the story was great. I thought the controls were great. I had no problems remembering what buttons were what to use whatever powers it is that I wanted to use. I had a good time with the game. The bosses were great. I had, like they weren't like too repetitive. You know what I mean? Like there was definitely some variances between each of the boss that, it wasn't like a rinse and repeat. So yeah.
Animation cool. Voice says Control is chef's kiss.
Yeah, I think Control is chef's kiss as well. I think it's fantastic. I think it's underappreciated. So
I love how I open Epic and the first thing it pops to my face: Fortnite experience, Unreal Editor for Fortnite free, Fortnite Zero build, no build battle royale free.
So I have Alan Wake for the Xbox 360. I haven't have the physical copy, but I want to buy it for the PlayStation 5 just because I want the physical copy. But yeah, it is free on PS Plus this month. If you have PlayStation Plus, definitely grab it. The remastered or whatever. I think it's the remastered edition is free right now. So
I want the second. I want the second one so bad. I didn't get the remaster one because I know it's just basically just graphic enhancement.
Yeah, it's just a graphic upgrade and so it's little quality of life upgrades.
It's not really that important to me.
Yeah.
It's not an actual remake, it's remastered. If it was like a remake, then yeah. Like I got Pac-Man Reworld. That's a remake.
And that's what I was saying about Metroid Prime. Like they have Metroid Prime for the GameCube, but if you buy Metroid Prime for the Switch, that just came out like a couple months ago, it is like a complete from top to bottom rehaul. Like graphically, they absolutely looked like it. They went into it and replaced every single asset with a updated version of it. Like it's very well done. It just seems, it doesn't seem like it was just a HD, filtering mask over and then re-release. Like it actually looks like they went into the code and did some stuff to it. So yeah, like that's, I appreciate when developers can do that, because sometimes,
love when developers actually put their credibility and their actually
well, yeah,
initiative
yeah,
and creativity to a game. Like they put their love and dedication. That's why I love indie games so much. I feel like
right.
developers put so much love for indie games. So, live video game TV. What do you want to say as a closing statement for the streamers?
Um, watch me play games. I'm just kidding. No, just I don't know. Stay healthy. Stay positive. Thanks for coming out and checking us out.
Really? That's the energy you're gonna give us for a closing?
I'm super chill. Like that's my, I don't know. I'm chill. I'm
Is
chill
that
on
how you
stream.
do
Like
it on your stream? Like, yo, everybody, yo, thank you so much for coming to my stream. I hope to see you again. Come watch me play video games or lurk. I don't care. Let's have a great time because I'm live video game TV. I'm not,
yeah,
but
and sometimes I don't know. It depends. I'm just super chill. Maybe it's because so I have my medical card, so maybe I'm just overly
it's fine. You
medicated.
you mellow. It's okay. It's okay. I
So
appreciate you.
maybe
No,
I'm just super chill. On maybe that's why I'm super chill. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really throw out the crazy energy vibes.
no, I
Unless I'm
love
like
this chat.
raging.
This was so
Unless I'm like,
fun. This
if
was
I'm
fun.
raging at a game, that's like the only time that I get high energy, when I start to rage, because I'm like, what is going on with this game right now? Why?
I think we need you
But
raging now. No, but no,
oh yeah,
seriously, thank you so much for saying yes to do this. I hope you had a good time. I had a great time chatting with you. And it's nice to have you answering my questions and, of course, get to learn more about you outside of stream because it's not the same when you watch someone on stream talking to someone one on one. You actually learn way more about a person. And
absolutely.
I'm looking forward to do a little collab, especially with the Mario Party in the future.
Yeah. So while we were doing this, I actually saw it on Amazon for $45 physical copy. I mean, that's, to find a Nintendo Switch game for less than $50 is
That's
insane. So
Yeah,
I
digital
picked it
is
up.
60. So
So yeah,
yes,
digital 60. So I just grabbed the physical copy for
that
45. It'll
that's
be
a
here in like
steal.
2 days. And then
Woohoo!
whenever you want to get down
I
on that,
play it
let me
on
know.
TikTok, so if you're down to play it with me, that's
Yeah,
fine.
I'm down. I'm absolutely down. The reason why I don't buy games like that is usually because I don't have anyone to play games like
Well,
that with.
you have
But
me, and then you have Zach Google who plays it, and Justina who actually
sweet,
bought me the game to play it, and then I
sweet,
have Dr. Beast who will play as well. Um,
cool.
but you're awesome. This was such a fun time. I'm giving you so much good vibes and good energy for
I
your
appreciate you.
real estate and your teaching. And whenever you become super rich, please remember little me that I have college debt.
For sure, for sure.
No, but seriously, thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking your time to chat with me.
No,
Enjoy
I
your
appreciate you
time.
having me. You have a great
Ice
night. Bye,
cream.
everybody.
Wait, you can't go now.
I can or
Mm,
can't? What?
My mom gave me ice cream and dessert, so I had to finish
Oh,
this.
nice, nice.
Yeah, she gave me ice cream with apple pie.
That's fantastic.
She surprised me.
Yeah, I just had that grimace shaker. I would get some more dessert, but I don't think I should.
There's
Although
never a lunchtime without
I'm
dessert.
I'm such a sucker for sweets though. Like I will, I'm the guy who will skip dinner and just have like sweets and just ruin his appetite on it. I don't care.
That was me. I had a cookie for
That's
dinner,
Yep, there you go.
and my mom allowed it.
Oh man.
Hi, Misha.
All right. Well, thanks again for having me. I really sincerely appreciate it.
No, thank you.
I'll
This was
see
so much
you.
fun. Oh, would
Yeah.
you ever play Valorant?
What's that? Oh, that's the shooter, right? That's the other shooter.
Mm-hmm.
You do the TikTok room with me? No, I didn't do that, Zach. I didn't do it.
I know it's actually him who's
No,
gonna do it.
I haven't played. Nah, so, I don't know. I've heard Valorant and Overwatch and all those games. Everyone gets really sweaty, and I don't know. I'm not that good, so I stick to Fortnite because it can get sweaty, but it's the vibes for the game for the most part. It's just fun, just have fun and chill. But yeah, I don't know. I'm saying I wouldn't try Valorant. I don't know if it's sweaty. I probably won't be that great.
It's not really sweaty, but it could be toxic.
Yeah. That's too. That's the other thing. Like that's the reason why I avoid COD. Like it's not that I have anything against COD or whatever, but I just every time I play with people, it's always somebody saying some ignorant thing that I'm just like, I don't want to listen to that.
Girl, this is why you play with friends. Can we please give a shout out for Live Video Game TV, the / shout out, please and thank you while we close out. Let's try this again. I'm Latina. We say bye like a million times.
That's what you're used to. That's exactly how we do it.
We say bye in like all the other languages, and we give hugs. And we're still outside in front of the door while talking.
Yep.
That's exactly what's happening now.
Yep. It's all good though. All right. No. I'll see you next time.
See you next time, and thank you for the chat. Bye, everybody. Bye. Follow Live Video Game TV. Okay, I have a few announcements. Let me mute the music for a bit. I have a few announcements. I just want to finish my dessert before we raid out. So tomorrow, July 6th, we will be interviewing a voice actor called John Allen. He's in a lot of video games and anime. So you're going to be excited for that one. And then next week, we'll be interviewing 3 streamers. On Monday, we'll be interviewing Bryn. On Tuesday, we'll be interviewing Transgamer Live. And on Wednesday, we'll be interviewing Lazy Boy World. Then, the following week, we'll be interviewing 2 streamers. Animation Voice and Shay. I think. I gotta check my calendar. Oh no, lie. Animation Voice and Miss Vibes. And then the following week is Nani21 and then Shay. We're ending it with streamers. And then next month I have 4 other voice actors. Okay, so we're gonna raid out. If you stick around, join the raid. If not, it's fine. If you're on my Discord, we're gonna have movie night tonight. So yeah, I'll see you for movie night on the Discord channel. If you're not on the Discord, here's the Discord. All right, cue the music. I'll see you again tomorrow. Also, tomorrow early in the afternoon will be a TikTok stream. We'll be playing more Ravenlock and then go back to Psychonauts. All right, let's see who we're gonna raid. Oh, let's raid 16-Bit Heroes. 16-Bit Heroes was one of our first interviews. 16-Bit Heroes. Heroes. All right, let's go raid him. Let's go say hi to Ian. Raid 16-Bit Heroes. And be sure to follow Live Video Game TV. Once again, thank you so much. Thank you. Bye, y'all.